and think two other guys are much better, which the industry does not agree on, and that's Vance McDonald and Mark Andrews. Vance McDonald's right up there with Njoku, kind of neck and neck in rankings, but Mark Andrews is generally ranked a lot lower. I have both guys higher than Njoku as well, just like you. What do you love about both those two?
Yeah, so McDonald I like for similar reasons to Andrews, but I have one big with Andrews, there's a big concern that's not there for McDonald, and that's usage. So McDonald ranked 10th in fantasy points last year, despite just ranking 17th in target share, playing on only 50% of the snaps. But he ranked 4th best in yards after the catch per reception, 3rd best in yards after contact per reception, 2nd in missed tackles forced per reception. Essentially, he was a beast with the ball in his hands. And now the reports are he's going to be an every down player for us this year. He's going to be a massive target hog this year. Where Andrews, you have similarly impressive efficiency. As a rookie, he ranked 6th best, 5th best in yards per route run last year, 6th best in PFF grade. He made up 26% of Lamar Jackson's yardage on just 12% of his throws. Amazing rapport, chemistry. Reports at a camp are this guy's incredible, maybe the best receiver on the team. Yeah. Concern with him is maybe Baltimore just, unfortunately doesn't use him like the Eagles have used Ertz the past few years. Just have him play every down, line him up in the slot. The concern is he gets used like Vance McDonald was used last year, splitting time with Jesse James. Yeah. In which case, he's probably still an ADP value, honestly. It's just, chances of being that, top 7 breakout player, it's a little tougher for him to do that.
Yeah, it would really come down to how often does Greg Roman use those 2 tight end sets, which he's, well above the league average on that. It's such a run-heavy pass. So maybe you saw, Vernon Davis have 13 touchdowns under this guy. The tight end has historically been more of the focal point of the receiving game under Greg Roman. So there's a little bit of hope there, but you're right, Hayden Hurst, his other, Nick Boyle, they're saying is locked into a starting role because of his blocking in such a run-heavy scheme. So that usage could waver. With McDonald, I'm going to actually bring up a stat you had on another guy, but I think that's what led to this guy's breakout last year. And if McDonald sees that uptick, could again. So you talk about how great he is after the catch and breaking tackles. Well, you had the stats on Kittle this year. Obviously one of the league winners of last season, and I think almost all of that was because he's so great after the catch. It says here he set an NFL record with 873 yards after the catch, 9.9 yards after the catch per reception. So that was what led to this guy being such a monster. Was he finally got some volume to go with those yak skills? If McDonald, maybe not Kittle's level, but we've seen the stiff arms, we've seen the athleticism. If he sees a similar bump, probably won't lead the team in targets like Kittle did, but even just a little bit could propel him to jump into that tier. So I'm with you. I love the skill set. I love the 250 or whatever the vacated targets are there with Antonio Brown and Jesse James leaving. And now if he becomes that every down player, they're saying he's going to be, all the beat writers saying in practice, who's that number 2 receiver going to be? Is it going to be McDonald? Is it going to actually be Moncrief for Washington? I like those guys, but I'm with you, man. I think there's a lot.
So I don't even like those guys.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So like Moncrief has always just like been meh. Like
yeah.
Compared to volume, is always underwhelmed. James Washington is actually PFF's worst graded wide receiver last year. I like Deontay Johnson, but yeah, I think there's a legitimate chance that Vance, is the number 2 guy or at least very close to it in this offense next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. And then Andrews, too, as you cited, the practice reports. I love The Athletic. I think their beat coverage has become my go-to source. And I've been reading the Raven reports, and every single time, it's without fail, Mark Andrews, most impressive player on the field. Mark Andrews is leaner and faster and playing with more swagger this year. Mark Andrews is light years ahead. Every single time they figure out a way to work his name in. I don't know if he's paying the writers or what, but it sounds like he is the guy this year in that passing game. And similar to that, like who else is there to take away targets in that passing game? Even if it's a low volume, as we call him, aerial pie there's really not that many mouths to feed. Miles Boykin impressing, but Marquise Brown, who knows what he's going to do? He looks like a friggin' like 6th grader. Man, Marquise Brown's like 160 pounds soaking wet, so I don't know. We'll see about all those guys. It seems to me there's a very clear path to that guy leading the team in targets too, so I'm with you there. Both guys, very intriguing.